This
In
conference will now be recorded.
previous class, okay, about CSS. So now we are going to discuss the CSS properties, okay, CSS properties and text box model, okay, and division tag and span tag, okay. This is we are going to discuss nowadays. So in this class we are going to discuss CSS properties, okay. So as I told you previous class, the CSS property is categorized into 7 group, okay, categorized into 7 group like font property, list property, text property, align property, color, background, so margin. Like these they are divided into 7 property, that is totally 60 property available in where CSS property. How much? There are 60 properties available in CSS, that is divided into 7 group. Okay, they are divided into 7 group. Assume there are 7 group. What are those? What are the properties available in 7 group? We'll discuss now. A few of many. Okay, not all. Few. Okay, the first one, the font property. Okay, you know already why we are using font property. See, if you suppose if you're typing anything, if you written anything in the document, if you want to make any changes on that text is a font. Okay, if you want to make any changes on the font, you have to follow these font properties. These are the font properties. What are those? Five. Only 5 properties available in font property. Okay, those are the CS property. Okay, so these are the font property. So first, we are applying property. The first one is font style. It may be italic, right? Second one is font variation. It may be alphabet, okay, small letters, okay, sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, those all comes in font variation. Font weight means it may be bold, okay. Then font sizes, you can give the size of that font. If you want to increase the sizes, if you want decrease the sizes, font family, you know, Times New Roman, okay, Calibri, Algerian. So like this, you can apply the CSS font property on your text. Assume this is one text, okay. So this is one text I written in web page. I written in web page. So I want to apply some font property like this. Okay, what are the font property of applying? The first one, font style. How you are writing font style? Font style colon, within a head section you can write, you have to use 3 types. One is internal, inline, external. You can use any one, okay, according to how you want. Okay, so first one, if you want to apply anything, the fonts, first you have to write the tag name here, open and close, okay, open and close. Then font style italic, okay, italic you have to write like this, okay, italic, then semicolon, okay, then semicolon like this. So this, like this you can write the font style. I'll show you practical also, just I'm telling the syntax how you are writing the font property. Font variant, you can give sentence case, toggle case here, font weight bold, okay, you can write like this. And font size, you can give the any number of size in pixel, percentage. Font family you can give, okay, like this. These are the called as the font property. Okay, there are 5 font property, okay. So these are the font property 5. Must and should have to know, because whenever you're applying the font CSS style on the font, must and should you have to use these things, only these things, okay, not other things. These are the font property. Now next one, list property, okay. The next one is list property. So what do you mean by list property? You know already, there are different types of list. One is order list, one is unordered list, okay, one is description list. So in that, if you want to apply any list properties using CSS, you can apply these 3. One is the list hyphen style hyphen type. This is the first property. So using this property, you can give the disk, circle, square, none, number, alphabet, okay, lowercase, uppercase, Roman number. Those all comes under the list style type. Okay. So for example, these are the three list. Okay. These are the unordered list. So here there is a bullets. Okay. These are disk. Okay. How you are giving the disk in CSS? Just you have to use this property, list style property, then only you can give the like this. It may be circle, okay, it may be disk, it may be circle, square, okay. Also you can give alphabet, lowercase, uppercase, Roman number you can give. Where? In this list style type, this one type of the property of the list. Okay. Then after that the position. Okay. After that the position. So for example, this one table here I used three item. Okay. If you want to give the list type, for example, bullet, numbers, outside the table or inside the table, that is called as the position, list style position. If you are using inside, that it gives the style inside. If you using the outside, that gives the outside property. Okay, that is called as that one. Then list style image. See, for example, this one list. Assume this one list. Instead of bullet, I want to give some images. Okay, the flower, any images you can give. How you are using images? Just you have to write here URL bracket semicolon, then double quote. Right within that, you have to write the URL. That is called as the list style image. These are the three properties which are under the list. Right, these are the list. Okay, these are called as list properties. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. There are three types of list properties. One is list style type, one is list style position, one is list style image. Okay, not only these four, you can give alphabet, Roman, small Roman. Okay, you can use here. Okay, then after that, text align property. You know already text align properties: left, right, center, justify. You can use like this. Okay, then margin property, this one group. Okay, totally 7 group, that is divided into 7 group, that is 60 property. It is in margin. In margin there are 4. Margin top you can set, margin right also you can set, bottom left you also you can. Okay, how you are writing the margin top? For example, margin top, margin hyphen equal to top, colon 10 px. 10 px means that is a space of 10 pixel that gives the uh, here, that is top for the your text. Okay, that is what margin top. If you want to give the space for the margin right, you can give, bottom also you can give, left also you can. There are 4 types. Okay, then after that, here there are 4 values we can provide for the margin. How? See, suppose in CSS, I'll tell you a example. Just a minute. Yes. Desktop edit plus. Okay, now I'm using one example here. See, I want to delete this one. Sorry, delete. Okay, just I'm using new things here. What I'm doing, just I'm writing one simple text here. Okay, simple text like this, like h1 I'm using. Okay, h1, then here writing I am h1, then save. Here I, then it is called as margin dot html, right, html. Then I want to execute this one. See, it is not display anything because here I didn't return anything. Okay, so this is called as welcome to margin. Come to margin. Now save, execute this one. Okay, assume this is a browser window. So the default start from text is left side. Okay, left side. This is a top margin, this is left margin, this is bottom, this is right margin. Okay, so if you want to apply any margin using CSS, you can write this CSS, that is within a head section you can write style. First you have to write style like this. Okay, then you have to close this style. Okay, within that you have to write the tag name. How to select the tag name? Using there are some other select as form you can use. I'm using simple selector h1 because only one a tag is there. Okay, h1 open and close. Here if you want to set the margin, how you are setting the margin? So you have to follow the just a minute, you have to follow the syntax. So this is a syntax margin. First you have to write margin. Okay, margin. I'm writing margin. Where you have to set the margin? First you have to give the colon. There are four values. One is 1 2 3 4. Okay, I'll tell you what is the four values. First one is the first value indicates the top margin. The middle one, second one is indicates the right margin. The third one indicates bottom margin. Fourth one is the left margin. Okay, those are called as the margins, sides. Okay, so first I'm selecting 10 5 15 20. Okay, first one is 10 px. That means what is that? First I'm selecting 10 px. What is that? Is top margin. Okay, if you given 10 px, see now, see the output. See that gives only 10 px for the top. Suppose if you given 100, if you given 100, then save. Okay, then execute. See now at the top side it gives 100 pixel, 100 pixel for the sizes, right? So this is called as the top margin. If you want to provide the second one, what is the second one? Right margin. Okay, so second indicates the right margin, that is 10 px. Okay, 10 px, save. So now you have to execute. See, this is right margin, right? Okay, then after that again you have to give 100. Okay, that is the bottom margin, this bottom margin. Okay, see here. Okay, then 20 px. Just wait, we have to give 4, sorry, px. Then save, execute. See now this is 100. Okay, so I'll tell you how it takes 100, don't worry. Then after that the next one is 200 px, that is left side. Okay, left side of the browser window. This is left side. Okay, see now this is 200, this is 100, here's 100. Okay, here's 100, here's 100. Okay, that is takes like this, but it is not a fully space. Here it is taking 100 only. Okay, sometimes the people's giving like this. Okay, so how? Only they are giving three values. That means top margin is 10, right margin and left margin is 5. Okay, bottom margin is 15. Okay, so after that they are giving two values only. That means top and bottom 10. Okay, right and left is 5. You can give like this also. Okay, some people are giving only one value. That means all four margins are 10 px. Okay, suppose if you are giving only one like this. Okay, that gives all sides are, see now all sides are 10 px. Okay, so that is called as the margin properties, how you are using. Now the text, the box model. Okay, what do you know about box model? See, whenever you are using the text inside the browser, the every element, we can say this is element. It may be h1, paragraph, marq, whatever it may be, the HTML tags. Every HTML tags or HTML elements have the margin, padding, spacing, top border color. Okay, but you cannot see the margin. You cannot see the borders like this. Okay, if you are using like this, you cannot see borders. You cannot see spacing. You cannot see top color, bottom color of the borders. But how you are giving the colors of the uh, for the text, for the element, just you have to use the box model. Okay, so let us discuss what you mean box model. So the box model on a given web page, see, suppose if you have written one web page or a document, all the elements can have a borders. All the element means the HTML tags or HTML elements. For example, take example h1. H1 is an HTML element, we can say HTML tags which is written in HTML document, that is called as web page. Okay, so every element have a borders, but you cannot see, but we have to write the borders. Okay, every element have a borders like this. See, you written H1 but you cannot see the border, but how you are writing the borders? Using CSS property, then only it can see the borders. Okay, so default is none. So the borders have various styles, colors, width. So suppose if you given borders for the welcome to margin. So, okay, welcome to margin, right? So you can give the borders, style also you can give, color also you can give, width also you can give. Okay, then after that, the amount of space between the content of the element and its border is known as padding. We discussed in previous class padding. Okay, the space between the content and border. Okay, that is called as padding. Then space between border and adjacent element, that is called as margin. Okay, so these things we'll discuss already. So this is an example of the box model. See, assume this is a H1 of the HTML welcome to margin. I written welcome to margin. So after that there are like this, the borders like this. You have a HTML element borders like this, or we can say this is called as after the content. Okay, after the content. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the content I written in HTML document, that is H1. So whatever this line yellow color, that is called as inner edge of the content. You can draw like this also, inner edge. So padding means the content and the border, the space between border and content of the content, that is called as padding. Okay, so what will be margin? After border you have a margin like your browser end of line and border, that is called as the, there is a margin. Okay, so space between margin, that is called as cell spacing. Okay, you already you saw in table, okay, how you are giving the cell spacing and cell padding, right? So this is called as outer edge. I'll show you. Okay, see, this is an example. Okay, so this is a new page. So whatever you are seeing, the last borders, the green color. Okay, this is border, that is called as the outer edge of the browser, outer edge of the browser, right? So now we'll discuss one simple example how to write the borders. Okay, for this one. So for that, how you are writing the borders? For that you have to use some other property. Okay, borders property. There are so many border styles you can apply, border width you can apply, border color you can apply. Okay, border color you can apply. Okay, after that, see, these are the borders how you are applying. One is border style, border width, border color. So in border style we have four types. One is you can give the border style, border top style, border bottom style you can apply, border left style, border right style, and also border width also you can give, border top width, bottom width, left width, right width. Color also you can give, top color, bottom color, left color, right color. Okay, so like this you can give. So now let us take an example. Okay, here this one example. So according to the text box model, the every element have borders, colors, border colors, border width. How you are writing? Just I am taking, okay, I'm writing some simple example. How you are writing? Just you have to take the element. Which element? This is element, right? So inside the element I am writing border width. First I'm writing a border. Okay, so first you have to write border. Okay, border 10 px 10 px solid. Okay, see now it gives the border for the entire your, okay, entire. So now according to the text box model, the every element have a border. Okay, now it is clear. Now after that every element have a color style, right? So how you are creating a style here? Just you have to write there are borders. Okay, border, okay, hyphen width. You can give the width also, width colon thick, thin. You can give anything, thick, thin. Okay, save this one, execute this one. See now the previous output and now this output is different because I am given border for thick. Okay, now after that next one is border color. You can give also. Okay, border color, border top color. You can give any color. If you want to only apply the border color, that applies to the four sides. If you are giving the top, suppose I'm giving the top, border top hyphen color, okay, colon red, semicolon, save, execute. See now only the top border color will be changed because I given like this. Okay, suppose if you are given only border color like this, see the entire borders or four sides of the border color will be changed. Okay, that is called as box model. That's called as box model. So after that you can use the border style also. Okay, border style means border hyphen style, okay, colon dotted. You can use semicolon. Now see the dotted border will be appear for the entire side. Okay, if you want to change only one side, two side, you can give like this also. For example, border style, border top hyphen. Okay, that means the border style of the top will be changed. See now only the top border will be changed, and that is called as the border style. Okay, you can give bottom color also change. Suppose I'm using a different color for this here. Okay, the top color is red. Suppose if you are using bottom is green, bottom color is green like this. Okay, color is top means you have to change top, bottom, right, bottom, then blue, green, whatever you can do. Okay, then after that you have to do right side. There are four things. Okay, right, left, right is yellow or blue. Save this, save, exit. See now the left side is black, the default is black, top is red, the bottom is green, the right is blue. Okay, so after that this is what the text have a or element have a borders, border style, border color. Okay, border width also you can give thick, thin, top. Okay, you can give anything. So after that what we have to learn, the next thing is the margin and padding. How to apply the margin for the this element, HTML element. You know already, margin, padding. Okay, top margin, top left margin, right margin. Okay, you can apply like this also. So just I'm giving the margin here also. Okay, then first I'm giving the borders, only one borders. I want to remove these all things. Okay, these all things, and margin also I want to remove. Save this one, first save and execute it. See, this is simple things. Okay, this is a border. Now according to definition, what is a padding and what is a spacing, we'll see now. Okay, so first I want to give padding. Okay, how you are giving the padding, just you have to write the padding like this, padding colon 10 px, 10 px, then only you can see the difference. See now you can see the difference, the space between. Okay, or else you can see, first observe. Okay, how it work. This is, sorry, mm, just a minute. Save. Okay, this is, see here there is a here also space, here also space. Okay, then this w is attached with this left border. Okay, now after giving a padding, okay, 20 px, you can do anything. Okay, save. See now the same left margin is there. Okay, the content and border changing because the space between the content and the border of the content, that is called as padding. It is called as padding, right? Suppose after that, the spacing, you know already, the space between cells, that is called as spacing. Okay, the background color also you can give. Okay, background color, border style. Okay, suppose some people are using paddings in the form of 1.5 inches. Okay, like this also they are using. See now, this is inches is different than the px. That is, px stands for pixel. The inches you know already, scale inches. Like this, that is adjusting. Okay, that is called as the padding. Okay, so you know already. Okay, padding and spacing also you know in table. Okay, that is what the padding and spacing. Now let us move. The next concept is called as. So this is all about. I'll show you another one example. Okay, this is example of the borders. Okay, then this is example. See here, the border style is different. This border style is different. This color is different. This color is different. Okay, the margin and padding you know already. The margin left, margin right, margin top, margin bottom you can apply. Okay, cells padding, padding left, padding right, padding top, padding bottom also you can apply. If you only apply the margin only, that apply to the all sides. If you apply the only specific sides, you can give margin left, margin right, top, bottom you can give. Padding also same thing. Okay, so this is a output. Okay, so here I change the margin. Margin equal to 0, 1.1, 0, 0.1 inches. Padding is 0.5 inches. That shows like this. Okay, I already applied some border styles, background color of the this cells. Okay, then this is also different. So here margin is 0.5 inch. Here 0.1 inch. That is some different. Okay, here 0.3. No padding. There is no padding, right? No border. Here also there is no border. Here no margin, padding equal to 0.3, no border. So these are some examples. Okay. So after that, some people are asking, sir, division and span are same. The division tag and span tag are same. No, the division tag is different and span tag is different. Now let us discuss, let us study what you mean by division tag and what you mean by span tag. The span tag is already covered in previous class, right? What you mean by span tag, what you mean by how it views. Okay, and the division tag, just a minute, wait for 2 minutes, I'll come back. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, just an important call is coming, just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so now after that we will now discuss division tag. What do you mean by division tag? The div, we are writing division as a div. The div tag is known as division tag. Okay, already you are used in website development, okay, when you are using when you are creating your project, all are using division tag. Okay, so but some people are don't know what is the use of division tag. Okay, the div or division tag used in HTML to make a divisions of content in web page, right? The division tag is used to make a divisions of our website web page or division of contents. Okay, text, image, header, footer, navigation bar. Likewise, we are dividing the our HTML web page using division tag. Okay, so division tag has a both opening and closing tag. Okay, not it is self-closing. This is also opening and closing tag, and it is mandatory to close the tag. This the closing tag is mandatory. Okay, now the div is the most usable tag in web development because it helps to create a web particular section for particular data or function in the web page. Okay, so suppose here there is an example. I'll show you. Okay, here there is an example. Okay, so you know already when you are creating a website, you are dividing the website or web page like this. The first one, header. That header means the navigation buttons, navigation bars, links are available in header section. Okay, the left side also you can give the any information or any buttons also you can give. Right side also some advertisement you can give. This is the content of the area which will display in randomly, and footer you know already. So if you want to create like this, you have to use better division tag. Okay, better division tag. Then after this, the division tag is block level tag. The division tag is called as block level tag. That means the when you create the division tag, that takes the entire width of the browser. Suppose this line, it takes entire width of this window. That is called as block level tag. Okay, so whenever you create, that takes the block level tag. It is used to group of various tags within open and closing tag that can create the group of tags of HTML, so that sections can be created and style can be applied to them. Okay, if you are applying to the division color, that at a time that color is applied to the all the elements which are under the division tag. That is called as use of division tag. So now the division tag is the block level tag, must and should have to open and close that tag. Okay, so in that tag you have to make a section. You can divide the our web page, and in that we can group the various tags of HTML, right? Why you are using the various tags? Suppose in header section. Okay, in header section, here the header section, here you are grouping the elements like uh, buttons, button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. So those buttons have same color, same background color, same borders. Okay, they are grouping in one division tag. This one division 1, division 2, division 3, division 4, division 5, like this. Okay, you can group. So this is an example how you are writing the divisions and how it is block level tag. Okay, so this is an example. Style is okay, don't worry, style. I'll write the example here. Okay, I want to remove this one. Okay, style is just remove. This is the h1. Okay, I return, then save, execute. This is like this one. Okay, now I want to make it as a divisions. The web page I want to make it as division. How you writing division? Using div tag. Okay, div tag, close it div. Okay, with closing tag. Okay, now say this is only one division in our web page. See, but you cannot see the division. Why? I already made a division, but you cannot see, because if you are not applying any color, then only you can see. If you want to apply the color, then only see the divisions. Okay, so now how to apply the colors? Okay, now see. So if you want to apply the colors using CSS, just you have to write the style. Okay, style, enter, close the style. Within that style, you have to write the CSS. Okay, for example, color, then only you can see the block level. Color, then green, yellow, you can give anything just for the understand purpose. Okay, just a minute. Color is green. Save. It is not working here. Just a minute. Style. Okay. See, it is not working because here we are not mentioning any division tab, because you have to select the division, right? Division and open and close. You have to write color like this. Okay. Then see, the color is what? The foreground color. Okay. If you want to give the background color also, then only you can understand block level. Okay. Then the background color icon, color colon yellow, semicolon. Now save, execute. Color, background color. Oh, just a minute. Background, sorry, background. Okay, now see now this is called as block level. That means this entire tag or entire division takes the width up to here, up to, see, wait a minute, up to the entire width of the browser like this. Not only up to here, that takes entire width. Whenever you are applying background color or borders, that shows the block level tag. Some are the not the block level, that is called as span, that is take only background color up to here, that's called a span. Okay, so that is the use of the division tag. So this is one simple example. Okay, so also you can write the uh, one more division like this. Okay, so now save, execute. See now, these are the divisions. We are making the divisions how I want. Okay, there are 6 divisions. This is one web page. I'm dividing this web page as a 6 division, but I'm not giving any particular width for the first division, second division, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That takes default division sizes. Okay, so this is called as division tag. Okay, division tag. So next one is the division tag are used to group the large section of HTML elements together. Okay, div tag is just like a container. This is also on like a container which is used to wrap other HTML page elements and divide into HTML documents into section. Okay, so these are the section we can divide. Okay, so this here p1 h2 image is it, you can use in one section also. Okay, now this is examples. Okay, this is example how you are dividing. So here the division, first division, second division, third division. Okay, in first division what I written, the background color is something what. Okay, in that I am grouping two elements, one is s3, one is p. In second division the same different color, s3p, same here also the different we are grouping. Okay, so this is output, how you are grouping. When you are applying the same color for the division, okay, here if you are applying the same color for the division, it is automatically applied to the here also. Okay, that is what division tag, because we are grouping those are all in one tag, that is called as the division tag. Okay, and span tag, this is also important. The span tag, what do you mean by span tag? A span tag is used for grouping and applying style to inline element. This is called as inline element. Okay, suppose assume this is one text I written, or this one paragraph. Okay, so what I want, for example, here I want to highlight only these one sentence. I want to highlight this sentence like this, and after that I want to highlight these two words. After that I want to highlight these lines. After that I want to highlight like this. So why you making like this? I want to make this are the important. Okay, these are in line. Within a line I want to making a highlight, different color, different size, okay, different borders like this, whatever you can use. That is the only use of span tag. Okay, using span tag you can apply the like this, but you cannot use like this using a block level tag. This is not a block level, this is inline tag, inline element. Okay, so if you're using span tag you can create like this. You can highlight the important words, you can change the style also. Okay, you can change the color using span tag. Okay, so this is what the use of span tag. There is a difference between the span and division tag. The span tag is used within a with the inline the element. Okay, the division tag is used with block level content, right? This is example, you can see, just I am copy this one, you can see the example. Okay, then out, then save, then save. See now here, right? These are the two things I executed here. This is the first paragraph, this is second paragraph. This is first paragraph, this is second paragraph. But here what I did here, I given span. In first paragraph I written like this. Okay, I written like this. This is a paragraph, span, style I given inline style, right? You can give internal, external also. Okay, so what it does, this span is apply the color for the only this paragraph. This is a paragraph text, not for the this, not for the this. Okay, so because this is inline we can apply this style anything. For example, you can give style, comma, and color. Okay, and size, font size, you can give like this, font size 100 px, semicolon, save, execute. Now see now only that much the text will be changed. The remaining all are, see, the remaining all are same, because that is called as span tag. So whenever you are selecting span tag, that much only you can apply the styles. Okay, but here there is no like this, because this is a division tag, because this takes entire width. Okay, entire width it takes, that is called as the span tag and division tag. Okay, here this also division tag. Sorry, this also span tag. Now I want to write a division. Okay, sorry, division, then close it, division. Okay, close it, division. Now here I am writing, this is second paragraph, paragraph. Okay, so here within that I want to write the style like this. Just I'm copying these two. Okay, then applying here. Okay, save, execute. Okay, see now the color is changed. Here also color is changed. Okay, now just want to observe, I want to change one color, that is the background. Background, then only you can understand what is difference between division and span. Background color is blue, blue, semicolon. Here I am using same color in span tag. This is division tag, this is span tag, right? Okay, save, execute. See now you can see the difference. So what is the span tag, what is uh, division tag? See what it does, span tag, only that much of space is occupied when you're applying the color, border, whatever it may be, anything you can apply on a span tag, but that takes only that much amount of space, that much amount of text. How much text is there, that much that takes the space. But here in division tag, that takes entire width, not only that much. That if it is only one word, that takes entire word. If it is four word, that takes entire word, entire width. That is called as the division and span tag, right? That is the difference. You can use inline also. This is inline, right? This is inline styles. I'm using inline styles, right? So within a tag, I'm using inline. You can use in here also. How? Just I'm writing style here. that is internal. Okay, you can write style like this. Okay, style. Within that, what you'll do, the first paragraph, open and close. Okay, within that, what you'll do, just cut this, paste here. Okay, this is first paragraph. Then I want to make it as a span. Okay, sorry, span. Within that, you have to give same color. Wherever span is there, automatically select. Okay, now I want to remove these styles here. Okay, styles, the color is blue. Okay, just you have to change to 2. Okay, then save. And the division you have to change. Division, open and close, same color, same things I'm changing. Okay, just you have to remove these all things. Okay, only division like this. Here you can remove this. So now execute this one. See now, this takes background color like this. Wait a minute, something will wrong here. The division, it takes the color, the background color is blue. Span, okay, the paragraph. Okay, just now these are the these 3 paragraphs. Okay, just I'll remove what color is, where it is, yellow. Okay, yellow, semicolon, save. See now, these are the 2 span tag. How much text is there, automatically that takes that much space and color. Okay, but when you are applying division tag, that takes entire width, only this much. The span tag is take the inline element, you can highlight the element, you can style the element within an inline. Okay, then after that, the division tag, it takes the entire width of the browser, and this is called as block level. Okay, so this is what this is, division tag and span tag. Okay, so in exam they may ask explain span tag and division tag. So for that you have to write like this and explain like this. Okay, you have to write this example also, or whatever the style. Okay, internal style you can use also. Okay, this is an example. Okay, thank you. So this is all about the second unit concept, right? This is all about second unit concept. Now the second unit is, yeah, okay, from tomorrow onwards we are going to start third unit. Okay, the last third unit is revision. Okay, then fourth and 5 will give important questions. Okay, so and you have to read this one because there is no time for you reading. Okay, for exam already they announced the timetable. Okay, 7th, you have to prepare for this one. Okay, this is all about today's class. Thank you.